Hey, what's up, Volt fam? Excited to come at you guys with another video. And in this video, we're going to be covering the debut project on the Voltage Phonics Launchpad, which is going to be called Miracle, and they're going to be a perpetual exchange. And there's a couple reasons why this is really big. First project on the Voltage Launchpad, so we're going to be having a lot of momentum there as it's the first project that users on Fuse are going to see, and then perhaps more importantly, Miracle is a perpetual decentralized exchange, so that's going to be bring perps. Like if you're familiar with GMX, going to be pretty similar to that, and that's going to be bringing those derivative options over to Fuse network. So I'd expect like a lot of movement there as new users certainly like to flock to these new platforms, and I think probably a couple months back, you could even say that there was a bit of its own kind of bull run, simply with perps, kind of led by GMX and the whole rise, and all of that momentum that it brought to Arbitrum. So maybe we'll see something similar for Fuse. I would not be surprised at all. But yeah, so this is a little Twitter post that Voltage put out not too long ago, just a couple of days ago, and it kind of just goes over the basics on how to get involved with the project. So just kind of take a look through it, and it talks about their Twitter at DeFi Miracle. They're be bringing perps with low fees and dynamic pricing, and you're gonna be able to open long and short positions. It's kind of just the beginning of what's going to be overall brought to Fuse as kind of their DeFi system starts to explode from this point going forward. And then it's going to be led by a governance token known as Kiji. So it's going to not only do governance, but then there's also going to be some other benefits for its holders down the road. And then here's some of the launch details. So probably some of the most important info if you want to get involved on this initial DEX offering. So it's going to be IDOing on October 3rd. However, how this works is if you are a VVolt holder, you're going to be able to get a greater bang for your buck, if you will, on this launch pad. So the the date to have your volt staked in the VVolt contract is going to be by October 1st. So if you're looking to kind of utilize that VVolt staking mechanism for this launch pad to kind of give you an edge, and kind of make the most of your opportunity here, then you're going to need to have your VVolt staked by October 1st. And you can see deposits to kind of get in on the token sale is going to open up on October 3rd, and it's going to run to October 5th. And then the basic allocation is going to be up to 500 US dollars. However, if you are a VVolt holder and you're utilizing that mechanism to get in on it, then your allocation is going to be up to 2K. So once again, if you really want to maximize your kind of initial buy-in to this launchpad, then I would definitely recommend VVolt, and going that way. And there's some tutorial videos where you can just simply look up how to stake Volt for VVolt on YouTube, and then you'll be able to see that there. And then additionally, also pretty important, a couple of months back, Voltage kind of launched their first NFT collection in partnership with one of the main NFT platforms on Fuse, called Artrific. So if you do have a Voltage Trooper NFT, you're going to get a 10% bonus on your purchase, and then like it says here, that's going to be distributed post IDO by the Miracle team. So now we'll just jump into their main website. Kind of gives you a brief overview of what Miracle is, like a decentralized perp exchange, and they're also going to have some good on-chain analytic features. And then they highlight that this is done uh, in a non KYC manner, so you're not giving up any control to a third-party custodian, and it's all uh, done in a decentralized way. So to go over to their app, just click Launch App right there, and then that'll bring you over. And then this is kind of the main dashboard page of Miracle. And as you can see, kind of given a statistical overview, the current AUM, or assets under management, right now is just above 56,000. So now I'd expect that post IDO and post all that liquidity coming in for that to get a lot higher. So once again, like it's kind of unofficially launched right now, so that's why it's so low. And you can see the current long positions in volume just over 4.3K, and then current short positions in volume just under 3.5K. And then, so just going over kind of their token mechanism and how it's kind of staked out. If you're familiar with GMX, like I mentioned previously, it's very similar. So they're going to have Key and this is going to be their governance token. And you're also going to get some share of the revenue portion. However, to really get the greater share of the revenue portion, that's going to be given to liquidity providers, and that's going to be over at QLP. And essentially, QLP is a liquidity token that you receive in return for depositing your liquidity on the platform. And then essentially, since you're putting in more work to actually help the platform function by providing liquidity, you're going to receive a greater revenue share from that. So right now, QLP price is and just under a buck at 96 cents. And then you can see this is the individual composition of QLP right now. So roughly weighted all a quarter each. And then if you look at the actual utilization of the liquidity going in effect from long and shorts, you can see the majority being used is in USDT and wrapped ETH. So yeah, then if we hop over to their earn page, this is where you'll actually go to receive your revenue share if you do choose to own QLP or partake in the pre-sale with Kiji. So right now, this is where you would go to stake your Kiji right here, and then you'll have all your reward points right there. And then right here, this is where you'll go to stake the liquidity provided token QLP, and then you'll get your rewards via that way. And then also right here, so essentially, when you deposit and stake QLP or Kiji, you're also going to receive escrowed Kiji or QLP, and then those are tokens that essentially don't have any monetary value at the moment, but then you can vest and stake those, and over time, those as Kiji, as you can see right there, or QLP tokens that you vest, you can end up kind of claiming for further revenue shares down the road. And then if you're wondering why the mechanism is like that, it's just another way to provide more rewards to the user, however, not hindering the token price by having immediate selling pressure. So it kind of spans it out a little bit over time. And then if you want to trade on the platform, you'll go right here to the trading button. As you can see, you can go long, short, or swap. So if you're swapping, essentially just like Uniswap, trading at essentially no leverage. So just for fun, we'll open up a little long right here just to demonstrate how it will go. For simplicity, I'll just use wrapped ETH and I'll continue to long it into wrapped ETH since in the short run, slightly bullish on ETH. So I'll just go in at like 10 times leverage to play it safe. Some people might consider that fairly risky, but yeah, we'll go with 10 times and we'll long just like 12 bucks and then going in at 10 times leverage, essentially turning that $12 position into a position valued at around $127. However, with that, I got to be careful that there's not a greater decrease in price more than 10%, or I'll be liquidated. So first thing you're going to want to do after kind of selecting what you want to put in as collateral and then your leverage is you're going to have to approve your collateral. Then you can see right here, it gives you the nice entry price so you know exactly kind of where you stand in the market with your position. Approve the spending cap. Click next there. All right, awesome. It's approved. Give it a second for the UI to load. Perfect. All right, now we'll actually go to long this ETH. All right, and then kind of gives me a little bit of a rundown. So that's my liquidity price, just under 1,500 at 1,498. So I can't have ETH go down that low, or I'll be liquidated unless I do add more collateral to prevent that from happening. Okay, and then entry price 1,593. Kind of gives me the borrow fee right now. So what rate I'm going to be paying to essentially borrow that liquidity from the QLP holders or liquidity that they put in to kind of have my long function and execute. All right, so I just submitted the long, so we'll give it a second for that to go through. But now my long will be placed on chain in the books, and I'll have some skin in the game on ETH long. So I'll just give it a second for my position to load here. And it'll kind of give me a rundown of where my current P&L stands in relation to like the current mark price, given my entry price, and I'll also will update with my liquidity price too. And another thing that I really like is kind of this nice charting feature on the left-hand side of the trading UI, and it's also convenient that they have different candlesticks that you can choose from. So if you're kind of really trying to trade on a short run basis, you can zoom in all the way to the 5-minute candlestick, and then you can also go to the traditional, more widely used 1-day wicks as well. All right, so you can see leverage 10 times. Essentially took my $12 or 12 like 60 in collateral and converted that to 127 bucks. And then right now, up about 20 cents from that. And then you can see mark price, 1,593, entry price 1,591, and then it gives you my liquidity price right there. All right, so pretty sweet, and then also super convenient that it's executed on the Fuse network, which is quite literally their slogan is the blockchain for payments. So it's done in a manner that's executed fast and also super cheap at fractions of a cent. So now we'll just close this position just for tutorial purposes to show you all how to do that. So you simply will click close right there, and then the transaction will execute in your MetaMask. So then you'll be officially closing the position on chain, and you can see my fees are like 0.012 Fuse, so super cheap. Probably the cheapest blockchain, if not one of the cheapest blockchains out there in terms of gas fees to trade perps. So a huge plus for Fuse as well. All right, so it looks like my transaction confirmed, and we'll just give that a second to load there. So then my wrapped ETH balance can go back to my account, and then we'll be doing a short just to show y'all, and we'll short ETH because maybe you could say by like looking at this price, looks like it might die down. Not too much of a trader, so no promises there, but yeah, I'll go in for a long right now. See, my max balance is about 13. So we'll just do like 8 thousandths of ETH. Oh, whoops. All right, I'll do 10 times leverage again. You can see fees. So this is going to be the revenue shares that the platform receives. So that's all going to be given back to QLP and Key holders. See my entry price, 1,593. Liquidation price, 1,689. And there's the reason that it's higher because I'm now shorting, so I'm betting on the market going down for ETH. So just like when I did the long, we're gonna have to approve that wrapped ETH. So I'll approve that here. Okay. Now that's approved, we can go ahead and execute the transaction to be on chain on the Fuse network. Whoops. So just like that. You can see my leverage going in at 10 times. Liquidation price 1,689, fee 17 cents, and then collateral I'm putting up is about 12.50. So now we'll execute the short. Okay, boom. All right, perfect. Now I'll give the UI a second to load here, and then just like my long, I'll get all that position info. Oh, whoops. And then right now, kind of looking at the markets that you can long. So you can long wrapped ETH and wrapped Bitcoin. Right now, obviously you can't long any stables. So we'll be, I'd be looking forward to seeing other pairs launched in the future. I'd certainly expect Fuse to pop up there, as it's a native gas token of this blockchain, and then potentially Volt too, given that they're also a huge player in the they are essentially the DeFi ecosystem on Fuse and are the largest player there. Um, so we'll see what happens there. And then right now we can see my short has been executed. Gives me my collateral there, my leverage, and then you can see right now I'm down about 15 cents. So then it gives the net value where my position is currently worth, mark price, my entry price. So we obviously have gone up a little bit, and then liquidation price. So now I'll go ahead and just close that just to finish up this tutorial. Yeah, we'll close it at the market price. So you could also close it at a trigger price. So say I wanted to kind of just have it execute at like essentially a limit order, I could choose a price. Um, so I could also do that too. Another great feature that certainly most traders also use as well. All right, now that's been executed. So then we'll just give it a second to kind of close out this position. And then that's kind of it, guys. So kind of using miracles as simple as that. Certainly would recommend that you get in on their pre-sale. Not financial advice, but I certainly will be. Um, Also, given that how the pre-sale works is you can only use Volt or you can use VVolt, I would certainly expect the token price of Volt to go up in the immediate short term as people kind of find out about this launch and then want to get in on it on October 3rd. We are like a week and a half out, so people probably aren't preparing that much in advance, but as we get closer into it, I would certainly expect the Volt price to increase. Also, kind of looking at it from slightly fundamental basis, we can see we kind of peaked. Sorry, looking at like the yearly, we kind of peaked here right after our Mexi listing in April, and then essentially have had a lot of selling pressure and have kind of cooled down right in this zone over here. So, given that a lot of selling pressure has been done, you could say that a lot of sellers might be out of the market. Therefore, simply just some buying pressure as users prepare for this pre-sale launch could definitely bring up the price. So I would not be surprised to see that at all. If anything, that's something I'm expecting. Also, given like simply looking at their market cap, it's just above 300K. So it really does not take anything at all to boost the price of Volt. And then considering how much do you really think this perpetual futures platform is going to raise on Volt, you could maybe say perhaps it's worth 100K. I think that's like maybe fairly conservative. Maybe you could go down all the way to 75K. Nonetheless, just for users to simply get in on the pre-sale, it's going to be boosting the Volt price up at least like 20%, like maybe potentially up to 400K market cap easily. So we'll see what happens there. Definitely going to be something to watch out for. But that really wraps up the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate all your support. and definitely looking forward to the Miracle DAX launch and all of that. Take care. Have a good one.